exit away from her exit, I called 911 and said, I need you guys to meet me at this address to do a welfare check. When I pulled into her apartment complex, I drove around to where she normally parks her car. I saw her car. My heart dropped because she's not at work. No one's talked to her. She didn't answer when I called her on my lunch break. Something's wrong. And then when I pulled into her parking lot, my mom and my other aunts had already gotten there before I did. My mom came running down to meet me in my car, and she said, you can't go up there. And I said, if my baby's up there, then I'm going up there. Ain't nobody's gonna be able to stop me. And so when I entered her building of her apartment, because she stayed upstairs, and once I started taking the stairs to go up, I could already see her body laying on the foyer. And then when I got up there, she was already gone. And she was, I wanted to, pick her up and hold her in my arms, but I knew I couldn't move her. So I just sort of laid my body on top of hers and just held her. And then the police came. And as any parent, I lost it and felt like I lost my mind, So it was like having an out-of-body experience. Could you read about it? You know people, you have friends that's lost their kids. You sympathize for people, You feel for them emotionally because you're a parent. You just never think that it's going to be you one day that's going through this exact same experience. I have so many friends that's lost their kids in different manners, mostly to gun violence. And it's just so sad because I sympathize with all those parents, even before I lost my daughter. And just to walk in those shoes and actually know the hurt and pain and emptiness and that they're feeling. It's like you feel what they feel because you're going through the same experience. And it's hard. It's hard to get up every day and go to work and keep a smile on your face. I work at a doctor's office. I'm encountering people all day. I have to be courteous. I have to smile. Even when I feel so broken on the inside, I have to smile. I have to push myself. Even when I feel like I want to go into a dark place and crawl underneath a rock or go into a dark corner and never come out, I can't. I can't. Now, I have another child, a son, so it's like I can't give up because he needs me just as much as she needed me. And I can't forget that I still have to be here to support him and be here emotionally and physically and mentally for him. And it's so crazy because I used to always talk to my son and daughter, Nekaybaw and her brother, about one day I'm not going to be here and how if God called me home one day, I need you guys to push through. And, yeah, you're going to fall and you're going to hurt, but I need you to pick yourself back up because I'm going to be watching you. I need you to not give up on life. Never thinking that it was going to be me one day without one of them, and I was going to have to encourage myself the same way I was pushing them, that I was going to have to push myself. And it's hard because I was preparing them, but I wasn't preparing myself. The young women out here to understand that you have to love yourself more than you love the person that you're with if it's not a healthy relationship. And you have to be able to recognize the red flags and the toxic behavior and patterns of people, and it goes both ways, female and male, not just, you know, male with women, but there's toxic females out there and as well. Like, Nekaybaw had the chance to go to court and speak about the incident that happened back in November, and she chose not to. She chose to set him free because she felt like she was taking him away from his kids. She had a big heart. She felt like he was calling her from jail and telling her, oh, I'm sorry, I love you, I never meant to hurt you, I'll never hurt you again, and, you know, I miss Christmas with my kids, and my kid's birthday is coming up, and things of this nature. And she fed into it, and she fell into it, his manipulation, as so many women do, because we want to feel like this person is going to change. We want to feel like they love me enough to never hurt me. We want to feel like maybe this was a one-time thing and maybe he was just angry. We want to feel like we can change people because we have such a big heart. We want to feel like, you know, I can love him enough to change him or change them, and he's not going to treat me the way he treated, but you can't. You can't. You can't. If a person's going to change, they're going to change because they want to. It's nothing that someone can do to make someone change. And as I say, this guy had a pattern of hurting women and manipulating them into not falling all the way through with pressing charges. He had a way of talking to them and making them feel loved and that he cared about them, you know, and that he was truly sorry. And eventually he was going to actually hurt someone. I'm just sorry that it had to be my daughter, but she was a fighter. So I know that she fought for her life. But you can't beat a bullet, so.
Case through and go to all the court proceedings. Yeah.
That's another reason why I can't give up. Because I have to fight for her. She's not here to fight. So it's definitely my job, the family's job, the friend's job, everyone who loves her job, to make sure that we fight for her and get justice. October is Domestic Violence Month. So we're definitely remembering and fighting and keeping the names alive of the victims around this area, around the 757 area. The thing about Nekaybaw is like her smile. Her smile, you could have the worst day, it could be the gloomiest day. That child would come into a room and light up the room with so much sunshine just from smiling. She had the deepest dimples, the brightest smile. Always got something funny or quirky to say or something a little smart to say. You know, she was a little smarty pants, you know, and she loved to joke. She's gonna make you laugh. Anyone that has ever encountered her would never just forget that they've had that encounter with her, because to have met her, to have been in her presence, to just even to have known her, you would have never forgotten her.